Got some company on the walk this morning. Moose and Murphy. What are you doing? What are you doing, Moose? What are you doing, buddy? You're gonna be all muddy. You wanna go take a bath? Oh, yeah. Well, welcome back to Balfour Farm. It's a wet Balfour Farm. It's been an awfully wet week here. It's rained almost non-stop. I think we had one sunny day, and then rain almost every day. So, and then rain for the next week. So, something to look forward to. But anyway, look at that. You guys coming over to say hi? Yeah. Heifers are saying hi, but yeah. So anyway, it's awfully damp out here. It's there's a slight break in the rain at the moment, but it's been raining all day, and it's supposed to rain the rest of the day and most of the week. So, but as you can see, it's a little wet. There's puddles everywhere. The cows don't seem to mind it too much, but the farmer really doesn't like it. So anyway, we're gonna work inside today. I've got a project where we're gonna work on the pipeline, try and get there's gaskets and seals and things in there that need to be replaced on a regular basis, and it's time to do it. So we'll head into the barn where it's a little bit drier and try and get things done. So So these are the milking inflations that we use to milk the cows. We take them out in the barn, hook them up to the cow. It's under vacuum. We'll show you that at a different time. But anyway, what we need to do today is these black rubber pieces that are here. We need to take them out and replace them. So the quickest way to take these apart is well, there's no quick way. It's slow no matter what. So this is why it's my least favorite job on the farm, but anyway. Oh, they pull off. Those are stuck hard, more than normal. But anyway, there they are. There, they're all off. These little vacuum lines, we saved those. We don't, there's no need to replace those. So that's what the inflation looks like when it's taken off. And the quickest way to replace these is to take that, bend it over, and then cut it with a knife. There you go. That's what it looks like after it's cut. This pops out of there like that, and then we need to wash this piece. We soak him in a hot water with some acid water. Well, there you go. All the stainless steel pieces are soaking. Taking these apart and washing them and putting new units together is by far my least favorite job on the farm. They do look good when they're clean though. But anyway, I would rather shovel cow poop for 8 hours than take 6 of the milking units apart and have to put them back together again. It's just tedious. So, but They do look awfully shiny and nice when they're all done, so anyhow. And then the cows will appreciate it more when there's new, softer, more gentle inflations in them. So after a while they get kind of dried and they crack and they don't clean as well. Alright, so this is the slightly easier part of doing this job. These are the new inflations. They're all rubber and they go into the shell, so they just slide in like that and come out the end. The part that you have to pay attention to though is on here there's a little arrow that lines up with this, so this lines up with the arrow and then you pull it through. So put that in. There you go, it's through. It like sucks through, and then there's also an arrow down here, which this is a good example. This one is twisted, so you just twist it, make sure this arrow lines up with this port and then this arrow, so that way you know it's not twisted inside the shell and it'll milk the cows out better. So I've just got to do this 24 more times and then I'm almost done. Then we've got to put them all back on the actual milking claw, which isn't terribly difficult, but we've got to clean those again before we put them together. So anyway, 23, I guess 23, I might have said 24, but 23 more to go. I got one done. So the replacement rate on these are these inflations are based on the number of milkings, not on the age or anything like that. So with our farm, we only milk 12 cows, and we milk them once a day, not twice a day. So these will last a lot longer than a typical farm where you'd be milking 100, 200, 300, 400 cows, and you'd be milking them twice a day. So 200 cows twice a day, 400 milkings go by awfully quick, versus for us, 400 milkings will last an awful long time. So we replace them once a year, and that's about all that's necessary. Go back together so much quicker than they come apart, and so much easier. But that sticks on there, push it down all the way. The little vacuum tube goes back on pretty easy, and there we go, ready to go milk a cow. Alright, so there we go. We've got all the units have all been put back together. They've been washed, then cleaned on the outside. So what we need to do now is we need to, this here is the wash control. So there's 2 jars here. It's just kind of like a dishwasher at your house. So you put your soap in one. This will be here in a minute. There's acid wash that goes in the other, which kind of pretty much does what we just did to the outside, does it to the inside. So it takes any milk scale or milk stone, removes any scale that's in there. But this is the soap, just like a dishwasher. It has a knob, just like a dishwasher in your house would. You just turn the knob, it automatically starts running water, mixes with the soap, runs it through. It cycles through for about 7 minutes. And then we'll dump it down the drain, and then it runs it runs a rinse first, a warm water rinse. Runs the soap water, cycles it back through, And then the last is the acid rinse, which just rinses everything out, make sure it's all nice and clean. But we'll fill this up first. It's about 8 ounces of soap. Screws on here. 2 ounces of the acid wash right there. And then it's just a matter of turn the knob. Alright, so now we're out here in the milk barn. So what we're doing now is we're replacing, we've got these rubber gaskets. They go up here in this stainless steel pipe. This is where all the milk flows when we plug in the milking units. So every corner has, you can kind of see, right up there, has 2 gaskets. And then if there's a joint in the pipe, there's another gasket. So I think there's probably about 10 or 12 of them out here in the barn. So we don't replace these every year. We do replace them maybe every 2 years, just to make sure everything's nice and clean and new rubber and good seal. So at any rate, so the stainless steel pipe is the milk pipe. This white pipe here is just vacuum line. It's just a vacuum, and then there is, right here is where you plug the pulsators in. So we'll show you that a little bit later, but you plug it in and that's what, it's an on and off vacuum. So it makes the milker work. But all the milk goes through this stainless steel pipe, and that's the one we really need to make sure stays clean. So we'll tear it apart and I'll show you how these go together. All right, so there's 2 clamps here. If you can see that. Maybe you can't see it very well, but anyway, there's 2 clamps here. They just snap apart. Clamp comes off. There's another clamp here. Some are a little tighter than others, but anyway, here is 2 clamps come off. The corner piece, which is the elbow, and as you can see, there's the old gasket. So we'll toss that in the trash. The old gasket, one of them stuck up there, so we'll toss that one. Got 2 different size gaskets in this bag, so it's not exactly the easiest, but we check the inside of the pipe. It is nice and shiny clean, which is what we really hope for. Don't want any problems there. But put the gasket back on. Put the gasket on. This is the tricky part. Is lining everything up and getting it all together. One down. Is what you want, because you don't want milk coming out of there when you're milking. But this pipe here is also under vacuum, not just the white pipe that I talked about earlier. So this has vacuum, and it's also pitched back to the milk house. So as the milk comes in through the milking units, it all runs down from gravity, but it also is under vacuum, so if there is any last little bit of milk that doesn't happen to make it, it's going to get sucked back there. But anyway, that's one corner done. We just got 3 more corners and then a couple more joints in the pipe, and we should be done. So thanks. All right, so we've got everything put back together. Everything was nice and clean like we expected to find it, but everything's got new gaskets and seals and new inflations in the milk house, so the cows should be pretty happy about that in the morning. So maybe I'll film a little bit of milking. But anyway, so well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff that we're coming down. If it ever stops raining, you can see it's pretty wet out there, but if it ever stops raining, we'll get outside and maybe do some field work and spread some manure. And I guess this rain is good for growing hay, but it's got to stop at some point. So anyway, appreciate you watching. Thank you. It dissolves any crud any crud and grime that's on it, and it sits in there, and it's an acid wash. It dissolves, which I already said that. It dissolves anything that's on there, so we'll let them soak for a while we're doing all the rest of it.